Over here we have a hibiscus flower. And again, underneath where that greenery is, that is the sepal that protected the flower before it bloomed. As the flower was opening, it peeled back and under the flower. Then the petals are, of course, beautiful colors. Sometimes they have a great smell to them to attract bees and other pollinators to them. And notice that this pistil and stamen look very different from the daylily. Notice how the daylily, they were all pretty tall structures, the pistil being the tallest. Well, here it looks like they're kind of combined together. So that main structure is the pistil. Lay this down. This all is the pistil. These are the little knobs at the tip of the pistil where the pollen will then go in through the pistil down to the base and again create a seed. All of these little structures along the side here that look kind of soft, they have the little floppy tips to them, those are all stamen. So they have a lot of stamen on this plant and they come right off of that main structure that's part of the pistil. So that is a hibiscus. This is the hibiscus bud, so you can see what it looks like before it opens up. And as you can see, the outer part is already starting to tear and it will bend back to make room for the beautiful flower inside. So that is the hibiscus. Very different looking pistil and stamen. Here is a flower that is really popular. Some of you might have it at your house. It's a petunia. And I wanted to show you again, see this green underneath? That is the sepal. That's what was protecting that flower. When it was a bud, like this, that's a bud for a petunia. And it kind of opened up to let room for the flower to bloom. And if you look down inside, you can see there's a pistil and some stamen inside of this petunia as well. But as I back out, you'll see they are much smaller than what they are with the hibiscus or even the daylily. So they're a little bit harder to see. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to open up the petals, see if I can get a better look inside for you. And there you go. So that's what it looks like on the inside. So if you look at it kind of from above looking down, you can see this main structure right here that has a little knobby texture to it. That is the pistil. And then all around it, the other structures, they are the stamen. And there's several of them. And again, look how much smaller that is in comparison with the lily, which is not really a very big flower, but those particular parts of the flower are really large. And then with the hibiscus, which is a very large flower. And then the last one I have is also a flower that's very common. You might have some in your yard, and that's a rose. And again, the underneath is the sepal where it was protecting the bud. Here is a bud, a rose bud, so you could kind of see it and compare. And then that part will separate and bend back, and it will open up and make room for this beautiful bloom. And if you look into the middle of a rose, again, you've got a pistil and you have several stamen. Stamen again being the male part of the flower that holds the pollen. The pistil then has that pollen transferred to it, and it goes down the pistil and into making the seeds for that flower. So I'm going to open that up a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. And hopefully that helps you to see it a little bit better. So if you look at the parts that look almost yellow, that is the pistil. And if you look at the parts that have kind of a brown color to them, that's the stamen. So you'll see there's more than one pistil and there's more than one stamen there to help pollinate that flower. All right, guys, so that's talking about some of the basic parts of the flower. So we've got the sepal that protects the bud. That's this greenery area around the bud that then bends back to make room for that bud to open. We have the pistil, which is usually the taller structure. That's the female part of the flower that makes the seeds. We have the stamen, which has the pollen on the tips, and that's where the pollen then goes from the stamen to the pistil to make those seeds. Also, the petals are an important part of the flower because it helps to attract different insects and animals, even birds, and bats too, to pollinate. So the flower color and then the scent of the flower, those things are intentional to try to attract pollinators. Hope you guys have a good day. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about flowers and plants.